Hey guys, Noah's RC. Today I will be upgrading my fiance's McLaren Senna to be on the same par or spec as mine, as my Celica. So we got it some oil-filled shocks. We got it a new motor. It's the same one that I used in mine. It's out of a TRX4. And then we got it a bearing kit. So let's start getting this stuff built. Obviously we need a little bit of Loctite on there for this aluminum cap to come up. And then we'll go ahead and put some oil in it and get it sealed up. I'm going to use 40 weight oil in these shocks. Go ahead and get the cap on here. All right, let's go ahead and start getting it all ripped apart. And I'm also going to replace a bunch of those silver stainless screws with some real steel. There's the front end completely disassembled. We can go ahead and pop our diff cover off of there. We can pull our diff out. And then we can go ahead and grab our input pinion and shaft. We'll start with this one. Just pull that off. Grab a couple of bearings. Put this back on. And then go ahead and reinstall it back into the car. Take our diff cups off. Pull these bushings off. Toss some bearings on. Go ahead and reinstall our diff cover back on. And there we go. The whole front end has all new screws in it. And it now has bearings here and here, bearings here and here, and then 4 bearings on the wheels. And then we got some new oil-filled shocks down in there. That is all that you need to do your whole front end on your TT-02. And honestly, you're looking at about 30 minutes tops. Taking it apart, equipping it, putting it back together. Not too bad at all. We'll go ahead and do the rear end now. We'll go ahead and do our spur gear assembly. And then we'll reinstall the spur gear assembly back onto the car. We'll do the differential real quick. And then reinstall the diff. Since we're done with the differential, we'll go ahead and put the diff cover back on. Let's go ahead and do the wheel bearings. All right, wheel bearings are done. All right, let's go ahead and get our rear shocks mounted. All right, there we go. We got our rear shocks mounted. Looking nice. Cena's coming together. It's time to get to this motor. Since we're running a 20-tooth pinion, that's where we do the positioning, and then it will automatically set our gear mesh. We do have to reposition the ESC since the motor's a little bit larger. Now we can go ahead and drop our motor in. So just because I know it from the other one, we do have to shave a little bit off this motor shaft just so it doesn't hit the plastic. And then we actually have to carve down a little bit of plastic right here. All right, now we can get our motor dropped in and go ahead and put our cover over the spur gear. Then we can actually put our fan shroud on as well. Now we can go ahead and start screwing everything down. And there we go. Now hers is race spec'd right along with mine and exactly the same. These are going to be some fun races.